Hi folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Don't leave me hanging. There we
Sorry.
go. All right, today, Brad, we're going to talk about top 10 exercises to avoid if you have sciatica. Some of these are probably even good for people who just have regular old back pain.
Right. Yeah. A lot of times back pain can lead into the sciatica.
Right.
It's kind of a precursor oftentimes. So these are good things to think about with both conditions.
And generally, I think you wanted to allude to, Brad, the rule of thumb is if you're doing anything and while you're doing it, it starts making the pain worse, yeah.
If that's an activity or a posture. I mean, so by posture, I mean if you're sitting in a car and that consistently creates back pain or the pain down the leg, you need to change how you sit in that car.
Yeah. You have to make an adjustment,
right.
Because this is kind of a battle of finding the things that lessen pain and finding the things that worsen the pain, and you got to do more of one and less of the other.
Right. More of the things that lessen, obviously.
Right.
And less than things that
I know that
irritate.
seems very simple, but it's very true, and
it can be very effective.
Yeah, that's how.
Because some people don't think about things like we're going to go through these 10 activities that oftentimes irritate sciatica, but this
and irritate your back.
Right,
sometimes.
but this is a big concept. So this is just hitting 10 of them, of the big things that we think a lot of people ignore because they're not aware of it. So should we?
If you're new to our channel, by the way,
look at that, Bob. They're coming in by the thousands.
You ignored people. They came in and you ignored them.
I know it.
Please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, take your self over to Facebook and Facebook and make sure you like us there, because Brad and I are just likable little teddy bears, aren't we?
Well, we're working on it anyways, yeah. So prove it, All
right, number one. What's number one, Brad?
Okay, big thing. A lot of people, when they have back pain, they think they need to stretch the muscles out.
Yep, I've seen this many times.
And so they'll start doing this stretch.
Yep.
And more times than not, I would say the majority of sciatica is from a disc problem, a bulging disc, and that most of the time is going to make that disc worse.
Yeah.
It stretches the muscles, true, but it's not good for that bulging disc.
If we have time at the end, maybe we'll show that. If not, we haven't had in other videos. Do you mind giving me the pole once, Brad?
Yeah.
I just saw a golfer. I was an old guy. He wanted to hook up with me golfing.
Yeah.
He took his club. This is the stretch he was doing.
Okay.
I'm like, don't do that.
Yeah.
This is terrible for your back.
Yeah.
I mean,
go the other direction.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You should be stretching this way.
So don't be stretching to the toes. Avoid that one. The next one, this is a real popular one. People like to do the hurdler stretch.
Yeah.
And not only does this bend your back forward, but it twists your pelvis and it locks your pelvis in place, so it puts more stress, and you rotate a little bit.
Yeah.
So you're getting rotation, excessive flexion with a locked-in pelvis. It's true you're stretching your hamstrings, but you're damaging and making your back worse. You're putting a lot of stress on it. Oh, what do you want, Bob?
So, Mr. Heineck, so you're saying I should never do this one? Probably not, right?
Yeah, there's a lot better ways to stretch your hamstrings than this.
Right.
If you're a hurdler, maybe this is a good thing to do. But if you're not, there's a lot better ways to do that. I'm not a hurdler coach, so I don't know about that.
I mean, one of the better ways to stretch your hamstring when you're got back problems is just to lay flat like this and use like the stretch out strap or a belt or a sheet. And want to hook it on my foot?
Yeah. This little stretch out strap really works good for this hamstring. But
I heard some people say they can use their dog collar to do the same thing.
Oh,
but
sure.
Here's a way, and then you can also push down and relax, push down and
contract, relax.
Yep. So.
And the back is in a neutral position down here, staying safe. So.
Yeah, great way to stretch without putting any stress on your back at all.
Yeah. And then next, Bob, I want to get into some of the weightlifters. We have a number of comments. By the way, we do read your comments. We don't have time to answer them all anymore because there's so many.
Yeah, we are scanning through them all, but
lack of time. But people that are weightlifters asking, geez, can I get back to my weightlifting with the sciatica? This lift here, we call it good mornings. Right. So when you're doing this one, I would take that lift and throw it in the garbage, in the trash, and never do it again.
Throw it away.
Right, that one is really hard on the disc, on the low back. true, it works the muscles, it works the hamstrings, but it's really putting stress on that low back. So good mornings, just forget about those.
Say good night to the good mornings.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Squats.
Yeah.
Now, I would even put this on the hold until your back is completely fine. You have no more sciatica, because even if you do perfect posture with this, you're putting a fair amount of stress.
It's too much compression force.
Exactly.
Now, we're not saying that you should never do squats.
Right.
I mean, the squats are fine for your back. In fact, I would recommend them to strengthen your back.
Sure.
You know, but not if you're having back pain.
Right. Any sign of back pain, or especially pain down the leg, that's a big red flag. Put a hold on the squats. Get back to them when you're feeling.
If you're coming back to squats after having back pain, I would start off with doing real shallow ones.
Right.
I mean, you know, with real good form, because the further you go down, the more your back rounds out.
Yep, you get that stress. Butt wink.
Yep, that butt wink.
There's controversy on that, but we're pretty firm believers. Not pretty. We are firm believers. You don't want to get in that butt wink. It really stresses the disc.
I'm sorry, but people make the argument. I've seen it online, like, no, this is really good for your back. You know, after I had my back injury, I came back. It's like, yeah, you got a back injury because you were doing these, and they kind of gloss over that fact.
Right,
but,
right. You know, if you're a hardcore lifter, they want to lift. So I can understand. I can understand
too.
Okay, the next one is the deadlift. This one's hard on your back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great exercise. It really is a good overall body, hips, legs.
Again, it's going to strengthen your back, but not when you're having sciatica or having back pain. It's too much compressive force.
I've seen a lot of people do deadlifts anyways, and their back is all rounded out, and it's probably created the back pain. So if you're going to do deadlifts, really work on your form, but put a big hold on it.
We always talk about the 3 points of contact once you go, Brad.
Sure.
If he's doing it correctly, you know, right there, point of contact, point of contact, point of contact. And if he's doing it incorrectly, 1 point of contact.
Right. Puts a lot of stress on that 1 point.
So.
I was at a high school tournament, lifting tournament, and I felt so bad for all those kids. It's like they're going to have back problems if they continue to max out with really poor form.
Yeah, literally, Brad and I can watch people do things, and we know eventually they're going to have this problem or this problem.
If they continue with that type of body mechanics.
That's just the way mechanics work. I mean, it's just the body's going to give if you're doing things incorrectly.
Okay, the next one.
Number 6.
And this is something I'm near and dear to, is cycling. If you're a cyclist and you've got back pain, particularly if you've got a road bike where you really get hunched over, it's going to take your toll. And it's, I know, you know, including myself, I've got to work on my posture. The taller you're up on your bike, the less stress on your low back, the less you're going to be slower too. You get a lot more resistance. So if you're concerned about that, change your posture or just take a break from the bike for a while.
So I have the upright handlebars, Brad, and I would even if I'm feeling a little bit of back pain, I don't really go biking.
Right. So
it's that upward movement. It's kind of putting you into a little bit of flexion.
Right. Yeah. Especially if your seat's too low.
And my seat's not too low.
Okay.
You know, especially if your seat's too low.
So cycling is definitely it's a red flag on that too. Walking, if it makes your back feel good or your leg feel good, that's a good thing. Walk.
It's wonderful to do.
But walking uphill, you have to lean forward just to keep your balance. That's going to put stress on your low back. So if you're going to walk, do not walk up hills if you can avoid it. Walk on the flats.
The other thing I would say about walking, Brad, with sciatica, sometimes it helps to take shorter strides. If it's pulling on that sciatic nerve, if you're taking longer strides.
Right.
So if you're getting back to walking, because walking is really good for your back.
Right.
Especially if you can get like 20 minutes in. Try to just take shorter strides and see if you can do that pain-free.
Right.
So.
Okay. The next one, burpees. You know, this is one of those exercises, a good overall, getting to get your heart rate up. You're working your legs, your hips, your a good part of your body. But boy, when you're going from down to here, you're putting your back at maximum flexion with everything curled up in that fetal position, which really stresses that low back. You're putting max flexion on there. It's really going to take that.
People maybe don't know what a burpee is, Brad.
Oh, go ahead.
So I don't know if I can even do it. So you come down here, right? You kick out like this, and then back up like this, and then up like that, right?
Right. Yeah. But and then you know.
Sure.
And you go to one of these classes, and you know everyone thinks that if an exercise is really, really hard, it's really, really good for you. Sometimes that's true. In this case, it could cause, if you got some back problems, it could be good for you.
We got to come up with a modification on that. But he's absolutely right. There's 2 spots in there where you're really hurting your back. One is right here, then you come back, and right here again. Right. It's throwing it right into flexion.
Right there. Yeah.
And violently.
Right. So yeah. It's a pretty dynamic exercise. Yeah. So again, great exercise for aerobic and strengthening that area, but it stresses the back pretty good.
All right, next one is sit-ups, Brad, number 9.
You know, we've got a lot of videos on how bad sit-ups and how to do good sit-ups for back pain. But if you've got sciatica, you might want to leave the sit-ups alone for a while, because when you're doing...
Where'd this come from?
I don't know, Bob. I saw that string before.
It's on you.
It's fishing line or something.
Yeah.
Watch out. You never know. If you're doing this type of sit-up, that's terrible. Forget those old traditional sit-ups we did in school. Would you leave the line down?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just forget about it.
This is intriguing me.
God.
It looks like it's hooked up to the...
Does this get to the sit-up?
All right, all right.
Or if you're doing like these things, great for the abdomen, not good for the low back at all. So really avoid the sit-ups. I'm not going to get into it, but there's sit-ups you can do with the ball that can decrease the stress on your back by quite a bit. It's not.
I'm doing one of those next week, Brad.
Oh, okay.
A whole thing, ball exercises for your back to do with the ball.
Okay, good.
I just saw a whole article on it. It was really in depth. And I'm going to go ahead and go through
Excellent.
it all.
We're going to learn something new. And the last one, this is one nobody thinks about. I shouldn't say nobody, but a lot of people don't think about after you run or you walk or you do something that exerts you a little bit. What do? You bend over like this to get your breath, or to catch up. And when you do that,
McKenzie talks about this. He said a lot of times people get pain after athletic activities. It's because they're maximally warmed up. They sit down and they do this.
Yep, slouched over.
They slouch over, and they really slouch over because they're really warmed up and really stretched out.
And they're tired and
they're tired, and it's really bad on your back.
Right.
So when you get done with your workouts, you got to stay in good posture yet. Sorry. There's no time you can take off from having good posture.
This is one, when I do my pull-ups, a lot of times I'm tired and I want to lean forward, and I think, oh, then I'll correct myself. I'm breaking my habit of leaning forward. Same thing we're talking about here. So there you go. Those are 10 things. But remember, there are other ones, and if it makes the leg pain worse or the back pain worse while you're doing it or afterwards, that's an activity or posture to stay away from. Good luck with your sciatica. And remember, Bob, we can fix just about anything except
a broken heart.
Exactly.
Well, we're working on it.
Yeah, there it is. Boom, boom. I read a book on something I did not. I just made that up.
All right. Good liar.